Using an AI smartwatch for infant care. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from LittleOne.Care, based in Israel, is founder and CEO Ami Meoded. Hi, Ami.
Nice to meet you, Fred, and thank you for hosting me.
Well, a pleasure to meet you as well. You have a product that is in its very early stages here, coming to market very soon. Give us the overview of what this is all about, this smartwatch for infant care.
Yeah, exactly. This is the smartwatch. And the very first thing you can see on this smartwatch that we have no bracelet, no screen, and no watch. But still, it's a smartwatch that was specially designed for babies. Well, babies doesn't need to have watch because they don't need to tell the time they poo, and they doesn't need any screen because it doesn't need to text to their friend, I just poo, what about you? On the other hand, in this smartwatch, we have sensors of sound and motion, and the moment the smartwatch using this ring attached to the baby's shirt in the lower part of the baby's shirt, baby's belly, we actually, using sound and motion sensors, can tell, using our AI, so many things about babies' well-being and safety. And just for example, because I would love to describe it even more later on, but just in terms of sound, we can tell if the baby is crying, laughing, cooing, if the caregiver talk to him, sing to him, read to him, or yelling at him. In terms of motion, the baby is spending time in tummy time, sleeping, rolling through the right, through the left, if somebody is rocking the baby, or if the baby is in the car. The real story starts when you start to merge the information you get from the sound and motion. For instance, the baby is crying, and now you can start and understand how much time takes from the moment he starts crying to someone come and lift him from the crib or talk to him. Reasonable period of time is reasonable, but if it's become unreasonable period of time, you might want to know about that as the parents. So what we are doing here is actually we developed a technology that became to a product that tracks the baby's well-being and alerts in case of emergencies.
How is this device communicating with the parent?
Very, very important question. We market the smartwatch radiation-free, means the moment the smartwatch is with the baby, no data can go out from the smartwatch. But if something will happen, it's your decision to make, like somebody is shaking the baby, God forbid. So if the baby was shaken, so in that kind of scenarios, the smartwatch will make sound and change its colors. Okay, so if something, or somebody yell at the baby, the smartwatch will change its color, or baby fall from a changing table or similar heights. So we market it with no, as default, with no transmission. However, the parents can decide, using the application they received in their cell phones, to change this definition and to enable the smartwatch, the moment it recognizes something extremist happened, to open the antenna and to send through your Wi-Fi at your home or in the daycare or the parent-in-law house. They send a notification where you receive it through our service through your cell phone. So you can be in the other room or at work, you receive the notification in case of emergencies. And in that cases, it's open the transmission for like 1.5 seconds to let you know that something had happened. But there is no live streaming or connection or real-time connection in this product.
But it does have a Wi-Fi radio in it that can be turned on at the parent's option. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it can turn on, but the moment it's turned on, it's only for 1 second to notify that something went wrong.
Well, tell us about the background, how this came about.
Well, me and my partner, both of us came with the background that a well-being of babies, because of our personal stories, is really important for us. When I was born, my mom actually couldn't raise me, and I was raised by my auntie. And I have to admit that there is no day I do not wonder what could have happened if I was not raised by her. The first 2 years are so crucial in babies' development. Nowadays, people understand that the impact is about the emotional resilience, the skills, the social skills. It's about even physical health for the entire life. It's the way you understand and express happiness. But there are even academic papers that shows that well-being in the first 2 years of life impact the grades at school, how much money you're going to make, your contribution to your society. And the worst thing is that in many occasions, the level of the well-being you got as a baby, you transfer it to your kids, like it's a chain that needs to break. So my background and with my partner, we are very sensitive to this area. His background is even more interesting because he came from the technological unit in the special forces in the Israeli army, where they develop different kind of technologies beyond the imagination. So for him to develop that product, I don't want to say it was not complicated, but he knew what he is about to do. My personal background let's say in my mature life, I was involved in the company that brought Barney the dinosaur to Israel, if you remember that. And I was involved with many products and content for babies, parents, in the area of books, gaming, and toys, where I could see how important it is to engage with babies. And was one of the most important thing I realized, that many parents buy different kind of products, buy different kind of services, but in the end of the day, don't really use them. Or for instance, I bought this book, but I didn't have time to read it for my baby. This is one of the most important things I've heard. So I realized I need to reflect parents in a nice way. How much words your baby have heard today? How much time you spend singing to a baby? And the interesting thing is that there is a gap, exactly like with our diet, exactly like what we think that we're going to do. We pay for the gym, but we not exactly go to the gym. Exactly with the books we start to read, but we never finish them, or start to see Netflix series, but we don't have time to finish that. So with babies, it's the same. The big difference with the babies is that you have the first 2 years of life to, I don't want to use the term force yourself, but to remind yourself on a daily basis how important are these simple things. Sing to your baby, it's about the baby's confidence. Talk to your baby, it's about the vocabulary and the ability of your baby to express his feelings and thoughts later on. Play with your baby. Since the World Health Organization complains that nowadays, these very same babies, when they start the elementary school, we have more and more babies, overweight babies, because we are not playing with them enough. And we would like to present this call to action reports to parents to remind them how important is that. I have to share with you one last sentence about that. In the past, one of the parents used to stay at home to nurse the kids, the babies. It was, from the economical point of view, one salary was enough. Later on, in the Western world, both parents need to work to put food on the table. But something even worse had happened recently. Part of us working from home. Sounds good, but we don't really. It's even worse. Why? Because we, exactly like now, sitting in front of the Zoom, we're supposed to be at home with our babies or kids, and we are presence and not presence. In the past, it was just because of the cell phones and social media. Now we have even Zoom calls and working from home, and we have less time, even though we are more time at home, less time with our babies. And we would like to remind parents how important is that.
Very interesting. So this is coming to market. Tell us about how it will work. People can pre-order or order one now. And is there a subscription model also? Tell us about it.
Well, the current model is we are right now in a pre-order till the product launch. The pre-order is $180. You can buy it through LittleOne.Care website. When we will launch the product in December 20th, the price will be $299. And we suspended the launch. I think you still see it in the website through November 20th, but it's going to be changed to December. We have 1 month that we need to ship the product to the US. And this is the fixed price that parents pays right now, no additional cost for using the smartwatch at that stage. The parents who receive the product, beside of the product itself, they receive an application that is user-free, where they will meet within the application highly detailed data of the baby's journey, day-to-day life journey, with additional reports that will be added over time according to the baby's ages. Means we are developing the product with the babies. For instance, we mark the product for babies in the first 6 months of life, but later on, we start to track the crawling and start to track the dialogues with parents and so on, as much as the baby grow. However, even now, within the application, the moment you click on any information that you see on your baby, you will be able to access a seamless access to a growing list of baby care specialists that already wrote content that is related to the event lives of your babies, your baby's age group. Means it's kind of a tiny Wikipedia that is growing up with you and your baby about on top of your baby's habits and life events. In another click, you can even approach these experts and communicate with him and or her. And then for the very first time, the moment you will use experts like sleep therapists, breastfeeding experts, nutritionists, or any person in this area, you will be able to communicate with them, not just over your observation as the parents in your stories. They will be able to see what really had happened on a daily basis and trends over time. We are trying to do everything that is needed to provide a solution that you as a parents will be aware for anything that happens, to enable the baby experts to help you as fast as you can, because in the end of the day is your habits as parent and your baby's well-being, the long-term well-being. Sorry.
Once again, the pricing is about $180 right now on the pre-order pricing. It'll go up towards the end of December, and people go to LittleOne.Care to order.
Yeah, exactly. This is the website.
Terrific. And going forward, will you be adding to capabilities here? What are the plans?
Well, at the moment you purchase the product, the hardware won't be changed, but as much as you use the product, the algorithms in the product will become more and more accurate and more personalized to your baby, and more accurate to your baby's habits. And as much as your baby is growing, that the reports and the capabilities of the products will cope with the stages that your baby is supposed to be at, like cooing later on, like more laughter, tracking more the laughter and the engagement with the baby, and less the crying patterns. Means because in the early stages, like in the first 5 months, most of the occasion babies are just sleeping, eating, crying, and pooing, and this is the very first things we track. But as much as the baby becoming older, we start to track and to update the version of the software with the parents according to the stage the baby is in life.
Very interesting. Again, it's LittleOne.Care. Thank you, Ami, for spending time with us, and we wish peace for Israel and for the whole region.
Thank you, Fred. At the end of the day, what we are trying to do is to bring babies a better well-being and their parents peace of mind. And this is our mission, to give voice for these babies, because at the end of the day, these 2 years, the first 2 years, you cannot replace them, you cannot fix it later. The best you can do in these early stages, the impact of it is tremendous. And thank you for hosting me, Fred.